We finally have Columbina, Zibai, and Illuga full kits, with their weapons and finalized banners, so let's break everything down, starting with Columbina. She is an off-field Hydro sub-DPS and buffer, and a Catalyst user. Her normal attacks are quite interesting. Whenever you have a Verdant Dew stack, her charged attacks are replaced with a special charged attack that consumes no stamina and deals AoE Lunar Bloom damage, which makes her a viable on-field unit for Hyper Bloom teams alongside Nahida and Loma. Coming to her elemental skill, Tides of the Everdeep, she deals AoE Hydro damage and summons a gravitational ripple that follows the active character and continuously deals AoE Hydro damage to nearby enemies. When nearby party members trigger a lunar reaction or deal lunar reaction damage, Columbina gains New Moon's Omen for 2 seconds, accumulating 20 gravity every 2 seconds. When gravity reaches its maximum of 60, it grants lunar buffs based on the most accumulated lunar reaction. Lunar Electro Charged deals AoE Electro damage, treated as Lunar Electro Charge damage. Lunar Bloom fires 5 Moondew marks at nearby enemies, treated as Lunar Bloom damage. Lunar Crystallization deals AoE Geo damage, treated as Lunar Crystallization damage. Coming to her elemental burst, she creates a field under which all characters gain increased lunar reaction damage. Before talking about her passives, if you want to start farming for her from now on, you can win a free Welkin for our 8K subscriber milestone. More info is in the description. And do check out Loot Bar, as they are running insane discounts, making it the cheapest method to top up. Just click the link in the description, enter your UID and server. New users also get extra discounts. Now, coming to her passives, where she becomes even stronger. Her first passive provides crit rate whenever you interact with lunar reactions. This effect stacks 3 times for up to 15% crit rate. Her second passive grants multiple buffs based on different lunar reactions whenever her burst is active. Lunar charge interval is reduced from 2 seconds to 0.5 seconds. Grants a special Verdant Dew stack that can stack 3 times, increasing the total from 3 to 6 stacks, and provides a 33% chance for each lunar crystallized shard to trigger another instance of damage. Her final passive is where she becomes even more broken. She can personally trigger all lunar reactions and additionally buffs their damage based on her max HP, stacking up to 7% at around 35,000 HP, which means she will likely run HP Sands and HP Goblet to reach that threshold. Now let's talk about her build, artifacts, and weapon. Her signature weapon is called Nocturne of the Hidden Veil. It has a low base attack of 542 and an extremely high crit damage stat of 88%. The weapon grants HP percent bonuses, 10% HP when triggering lunar reactions, generates 12 bonus energy particles, provides another 14% HP, and grants up to 60% bonus crit damage specifically for lunar reactions. This weapon is designed to fully meet her HP requirements, boost reaction damage, and solve her high energy needs, which makes sense given her HP scaling and dependency on burst uptime. Her stat priority is simple: crit, then HP, then energy recharge. With her weapon in double Hydra teams, she needs around 140% ER. In single Hydra setups without her weapon, this can rise to around 200% ER, forcing ER Sands or ER weapon setups that reduce HP stacking somewhat.
Now for her artifact set, Dawn Song of Morning Star. The 2-piece provides 80 elemental mastery. The 4-piece grants 40% lunar reaction damage while off-field. The off-field condition appears designed so the set does not become best in slot for Flins or Nefer, and remains specific to Columbina. In perfect circumstances, you would run HP Sands and HP Goblet with her signature weapon. However, many builds may still require ER Sands or ER weapons to maintain full burst uptime, similar to Farina. We won't go deep into Zibai's kit, Illuga's details, or the new Hexery artifact set here, as we'll be making dedicated breakdown videos for them. Now let's talk about her teams. For Flins, his best in slot team now appears to be Flins, Nefer, Columbina, and Jehoda. This team is currently outperforming Varesa overload teams with around 125,000 DPS. Columbina's lunar interval reduction massively boosts both Nefer's and Flins' damage, especially Nefer's, making this composition extremely strong. Keep in mind, we are only entering early beta, and numbers may change. We'll release a full team optimization guide once things stabilize. For Nefer, the Nefer, Lauma, Nahida, and Columbina composition is now the best-in-slot team, reaching near 130,000 DPS, even higher than many Skirk teams, and approaching Mavuika-cancel numbers. Columbina's additional Verdant Dew stacks mean Nefer no longer runs out of Dew uptime, and her Lunar Bloom buffs apply to Columbina, Lauma, and Nefer simultaneously, since all of them can trigger reactions, making the synergy insanely strong. For Zibai, current teams with Columbina, Shilonen, and Illuga are reaching around 130,000 DPS. Early calculations show Zibai becoming the second strongest DPS in the game purely off personal damage, with Columbina further amplifying lunar crystallized shard hits. We'll be releasing a full Zibai kit breakdown soon with all the team options, so stay tuned and join our server linked below for more updates. Now coming to other team options. As said, she can be played alongside Lauma as a reaction driver. If you want to keep her on field, then you have to run her with the Night of Sky set, and the same goes for Hyperbloom teams or Nefer teams. Outside her lunar teams, she doesn't really provide any buffs to old DPS units, unlike Mavuika, who was restricted to Notland characters, but still provided damage bonus buffs for everyone. Columbina is looking to be restricted to lunar reaction teams, but it's not like you cannot play her in other teams. You can slot her as a pure off-field damage dealer in Mavuika or Varesa teams, or even run lineups like Varesa, Nefer, Columbina, and Anson, which opens your Ascendant Gleam state and lets Columbina act as both buffer and damage dealer. You can also play her with Nefer and Lauma, and then add older DPS units like Arlecchino or Neuvillette, where she buffs lunar reaction damage as your team constantly triggers lunar damage with all the Ascendant Gleam buffs. But even though she can trigger all 3 lunar reactions by herself, outside of Nefer and Flins teams, she mostly gets restricted to being an off-field damage dealer, who mainly buffs herself and some lunar damage instances that your main DPS can trigger. It's still an indirect buff, but not something that makes her best in slot for those older carries. We will be making a deep analysis video like we always do with all the calculations for every possible team, so stay tuned and don't forget to join the giveaway. More info is in the description.